Welcome back to New Day Northwest. This week, a unique and empowering event returns to the Moore Theater in Seattle. It's called Elevate, and its purpose is to showcase Black and brown voices uplifting one another through the art of spoken word. Here with a preview is Elevate student performer Harlem Nashay Yarborough.
I was 9 when I learned for the first time that I was the one. Type 1 to be exact, that my pancreas lacked the insulin needed to break down carbs. Is it hard? I literally woke up like this. My heart turned to a fist ready for whatever. Not sure if I get better, my blood sugar wasn't the only thing that was low. You don't grow out of diabetes. Finger pricks and test strips predict the weather in my body, you see. It's a perfect day when I'm 100. Harlem is always 100. Whether that glucose monitor knows it or not, my spirit in knots because I thought for me, if I stop feeling that for me, there'll be no healing. But hurt and pain are not the same. There's no shame in needing to heal, needing to feel. At every meal, I decide whether I'll be high or low, even though I know I'm not quite in control. But progress, not perfection, is the goal. God got me, and my family has the rest. Ain't no test strip that can measure the strength in my blood. I'm love. I'm that type. The one that's bright, the one that's light, the one that might stay up all night. I'm the one who's fun, the one who's young, the one who's okay with being the one.
Oh, she almost had me cry. I test strip cannot tell my family's strength. Is that what it's? Tell me that line again.
It's a test strip. Ain't no test strip that can measure the strength of my blood. I'm loved.
Oh, so empowering, so powerful. By the way, y'all, I am joined now by Shakia Danielson, and Harlem is now on the couch with us. Okay, in your own words, what is Elevate all about?
I mean, like you said in the beginning, uplifting Black and brown voices through the art of spoken word. We don't have a ton of young people who have maybe done this their whole lives or anything like that. There's been a lot of pent-up energy for all ages from the pandemic being shut in, that social disconnect and just being able to get back together and learn how to create a piece and then deliver like what you just saw a moment ago. Just get it out.
Get it out.
Get it out.
So much emotion.
Yes.
But so beautifully said.
Thank you.
I mean, and I gotta say, so many different things, and you decided you were like, I'm gonna talk about my diabetes.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
You know, it was a process because, you know, most kids get diagnosed like if they're first born or like later on in their life. But I was smack dead in the middle of my childhood. I was 9. So like I had to learn and like shift my whole life. So it was interesting, but I'm thriving.
It changes a lot. I don't think people realize. I mean, you got to watch everything you eat now, all the things, to relearn everything. That is a lot to have to handle.
Yeah.
Why is a show like this needed now? You said it's time to get everything out, but there's more, isn't there?
There is. I think the social disconnect was a big deal for young people.
Yeah.
And one, there's a community aspect of it that's needed. There were straight A students that struggled with being on Zoom and just unpacking, not being able to get away from home, not having a break or anything like that. And it's also speaking to the times that we're in. You know, they can't necessarily vote yet. She's getting close, but they can't, you know, like what are they gonna do except speak to the world from exactly where they are, you know, and this year's theme is passion. So we hear a lot of that, we see a lot of that, and there's a lot of them that just didn't know they could do this, you know, and so they're kind of becoming a voice for their generation, not just to elevate them and uplift them, but to also help them get what's been pent up out, you know?
Yeah. Harlem, how's it feel when you get up on stage and then you get to just get it all out?
I love performing so much, especially because I like writing. Like writing's one of my strongest subjects. So once I get to like add in all the metaphors and all that, it's really like relieving.
Oh, God gave you a gift, that's for sure. How did you get involved in this?
Well, my mom, Tia Nashay, she's a poet. And everybody thinks she forced me to do poetry, but that's not true.
Right.
I met your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom's been here before.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, okay then. So it runs in the genes.
Yeah.
What do y'all want people to take away from the show?
I mean, to be encouraged, to be inspired, to hear from some of the thoughts of maybe your own children that you didn't know this is what they were feeling. You didn't know this is what they were thinking, you know? And then also hear that there are some desires in them to uplift in their different areas. You know, we have some monologues this year. Some of them are singing this year. You may hear about some of their life situations, you know, so just get to know them, get to know this generation, and then we also want to pull out anyone else who might be out there. You don't have to be a professional at this. That's the point of the program. You can learn and get it out.
And so many people will be helped in the process.
Yes.
Thank you both so much for your time. Thank you for sharing your talent with us
Yes,
today.
of course.
That was incredible. And Elevate will be performed at the Moore Theater on Thursday, June 15th at 7:30. Listen up, this event is free to attend. You just have to RSVP at the Seattle Theater Group website, so go check it out.